Hello, my name is Chris Brooker. Today I'm going to show you the future of healthcare, the pharmacies and prescription drug wholesalers, and the changes that are taking place in these sectors right at this moment. I'll also tell you more about the role that automated distribution of prescription drugs plays and the vision of KLS Netherlands in all of this. Our mission is to ensure safe medicines and maximum attention for patients with minimum inconvenience and at the lowest cost anywhere in the world. I'd like to invite you to spend 20 minutes of your valuable time sharing this vision with us. After seeing this film, I'm convinced you'll agree that it was well worth your while. In the coming years, certainly up to the year 2050, many changes will be taking place in healthcare everywhere in the world. These changes will directly affect the logistics and distribution of prescription drugs. This documentary explores the causes and consequences of these changes. They'll have a favourable effect on the efficient operation of the pharmaceutical sector, resulting in substantial cost savings.
There are major indicators that show why, with the continuing growth in the world's population, the cost of healthcare will dramatically increase. Not only will this create huge financial challenges for governments, but also on global healthcare. It will also require a new way of looking at healthcare. Indicators from UNICEF and the World Health Organization provide hard evidence for the proposition that if the logistics of prescription drug distribution doesn't change, many insurers and governments will soon no longer be able to afford the cost of healthcare. Consequently, individual patients will pay the price. Here are some indicators. The average age of death will increase by the year 2050 from 66 to 77 years old. The number of people in the world with senile dementia will rise from 36 to 115 million in several years' time. World poverty will grow from 342 million currently to 1.2 billion in the not-too-distant future. Today, there are some 455,000 centenarians in the world. That figure will increase to 2 million. By 2050, a third of the world's population will be older than 60. In 2045, there will be more people aged 60 or older than there will be young people under the age of 15. According to experts, this is just the tip of the iceberg because not all countries report such information. However, it is certain that the cost of caring for the sick, the chronically ill and the elderly will increase drastically. This will place a heavy burden on family care, nursing staff, physicians and pharmacies. Although these problems seem far away, in fact the opposite is true. The cost of healthcare is increasing annually by tens of billions on every continent. The number of doctors and healthcare workers is not keeping pace with the increase in the number of patients. As a result, pharmacies often don't have time to perform their main task, patient care. But there are solutions. Automated prescription drug distribution, for example. We'll discuss more about that later. First, we'll examine the role of pharmacies in the logistics process. In its current form, the chemist's profession originated in Europe. This may have transpired because of Frederick II, Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire from 1220 to 1250 AD. Who was nearly poisoned by his personal physician. The emperor issued a decree that those who prescribed medicines would no longer be allowed to make them. The role of the chemist was often combined with that of a trader in herbs and spices. Some were even pub landlords. For centuries, pharmacies produced their own medicines, pills, powders and salves. The pharmaceutical industry only came into its own after the 18th century. Today, there are very few pharmacies who produce their own medicines. The significance of the chemist in the healing process has expanded considerably over the last 200 years. According to, for example, the Dutch Society of Pharmacies, modern pharmacies perform some 50 different tasks. Given the growing pressures placed on pharmacies, however, it is becoming increasingly difficult to perform all of these tasks to the same extent. No doubt other countries are experiencing a similar phenomenon. This is due to the increased pressure of government rules and regulations throughout the world, the high cost of staff and shortage of personnel. These trends are global. Thanks to the automated distribution of prescription drugs at pharmacies by the wholesale sector and other suppliers, pharmacies will finally have time again to devote attention to their patients' health. This remains the most important objective of pharmacies.
Central distribution of prescription drugs, the underlying technology and logistical principles are the speciality of KLS Netherlands, which supplies automated distribution of prescription drugs all over the world.
This entails logistical systems that provide substantial cost savings to the government, healthcare insurers, and of course to the pharmacies themselves. For pharmacies, central processing of prescription drugs saves a great deal of time, which consequently benefits patients and, equally important, the profitability of their pharmacies. In the future, central automated distribution of prescription drugs will offer the single most important solution to enable pharmacies to realign their priorities. More attention towards patients in explaining how to take the prescribed drugs. This is an important task, especially when it comes to confidential matters. Due to pressures placed on their organization, many pharmacies seldom have time for this. Performing specific medical treatments, such as checking blood sugar levels, giving certain injections, measuring blood pressure and the like. All this, of course, under guidance by the physician concerned. Advice about quitting smoking and achieving a more healthy lifestyle. More intensive contact with doctors and insurance companies. More attention for commercial and communication aspects of the pharmacist's profession. But especially a return to providing care instead of looking after logistical concerns. Pharmacies are not the only ones who have major responsibilities. The staff in hospitals, rest homes, homes for the elderly, penitentiaries, and nursing homes face demanding tasks. They have to prepare medicines for their own patients, which is time-consuming. Time could be better spent attending to their patients. This is particularly important when it involves older people and patients with chronic disorders, who have to take various types of prescription drugs on a daily and sometimes hourly basis.
The risk of something going wrong is extremely high. Staff shortages can also be negative factors. Although pharmaceutical blister packaging has already taken a giant step forward, it's now possible to raise quality to an even higher level through the use of blister pouches. Central distribution of prescription drugs is also the ideal solution for family carers, who also have other difficult tasks and responsibilities. They often prepare a complex mix of medicines, often up to a week in advance.
Older people in particular have problems with this because they don't always know which medicine they should take and when they should take it. Family carers and nursing staff first have to read all the labels and then place the required number of pills in the designated boxes. This is labour-intensive precision work, where it's easy to make mistakes. If no family carers are available, then it has to be done by ambulatory nursing staff. However, under the influence of cost-cutting in the healthcare sector, such nursing staff are scarce. The solution to all these problems is automated distribution of prescription drugs. As one of only a few in the world, KLS Netherlands has developed a revolutionary, innovative system for this. Innovative because every medicine, from prescription to ingesting by the patient, is controlled. KLS Netherlands is situated in the Dutch city of Almere, a suburb of Amsterdam in the famous Dutch polders. The company is a division of a leading international conglomerate of diverse industries, including manufacturing, process control, vision technology, and software. It was the first company to introduce a system at wholesale level in which the traditional pharmacy robot, which until then had been seen as the salvation of the pharmacies, was put out to pasture. The solution is twofold: central filling, whereby boxes of medicines are prepared at a central location automatically, suitable for chronically sick patients taking 1 or 2 prescription drugs. The blister packaging line, on the other hand, makes it possible to pack complex cocktails of separate pills and capsules in a blister package for individual patients that need to take 3 or more medicines at the same time. KLS supplies both lines in a single integrated package and, as far as we know, is the only company to do so anywhere in the world. This type of system is guided by advanced software developed by KLS, following years of experimentation. The software meets the following specifications: complete management software package for managers and for those who operate the equipment. An optimum track and trace system. Each individual tablet is known and tracked from prescription to end user. Absolute process control. A vision system that completely does away with the need for manual control. Linkable to information systems of pharmacies and hospitals. All medicines, literally billions of units, are individually stored in a central database. This system guides and controls the entire logistics process. As mentioned previously, the logistical process consists of 2 flows: medicines in full boxes and the individual pills. Both logistical flows have their own specific applications and specifications. The medicines in boxes are quite suitable for repeat prescriptions, whereby the processing of the non-blistered individual tablets is used for the packaging of medical cocktails per time of day to be taken. The medicines in question are stored in 2 units. 1 unit for medicines in boxes. 1 unit with 400 common medicines stored in a similar number of canisters. We can follow both procedures, the production line for boxes and the one for so-called blister packaging. Central filling starts when the unsorted medicine boxes are dropped on a conveyor belt. Each box is scanned. A robot arm chaotically stores them into a warehouse, mixed together. The computer remembers the storage location of the medicines, including the use-by dates and batch numbers, which enables a complete track and trace. When the pharmacy prescription comes in, a mechanical robot arm removes the box from the pharmacy warehouse. In doing so, special attention is again given to the use-by date. This is followed by automatic labeling. If there are different kinds of medicines, they're packed per patient in foil. A strong feature of the KLS system is that all prescriptions are combined per pharmacy and stored in specially designated bins. If the rules and regulations permit, the complete repeat prescriptions could also be packed in cartons with address label and sent directly to the patient. In this regard, it's important that the local pharmacy remains the owner of the prescription, so that it can continue to exercise control and care tasks.
The other track is the so-called blister line. Here, medicines are packed in pouches per patient, per day, and per time of day to be taken. As noted earlier, this entails some 400 common medicines. They're supplied in the original boxes. The strips are emptied and stored according to category and type in canisters.
There are a certain amount of medicines that are less common or don't fit in canisters, such as half tablets. These medicines are put manually in a tray. A special computer program designates the position of each medicine in the tray and helps the operator to check if every medicine has been put into the correct position. Afterwards, a colleague operator controls the whole process for a second time. The tray is then loaded into the designated dispenser machine. From here, the medicines in the tray are put into the correct blister pouches together with the medicines from the canisters. In turn, they're placed in a dispensing machine. After entering the prescription per patient, the blister line ensures that all medicines are automatically selected in the dispenser, followed by automatic blistering. Each blister package contains the printed contents, usage, and the time of day to be taken. The dispenser prepares the medicines per patient and period. In this way, a series of blister packages with medicines is created, actually a string that enables various ways of sorting. For example, it is possible to sort the string by patient or by nursing home, route, or other characteristics. Each blister package with medicines must pass a highly advanced control station, where all bags with medicines are identified with the aid of vision technology, making it possible to recognize a large number of parameters, such as shape, color, and even the composition. If the contents of a pouch cannot be identified, the machine shakes the pouch gently to make sure that the medicine is lying in the correct position. After this, another analysis takes place. If the medicine does not pass the inspection, a qualified staff member then performs a manual check. To avoid the possibility of damage, the medicines are not touched during the entire process. The complete process, which guarantees the highest possible levels of reliability and safety, far exceeds all European standards. Then the blister packages and boxes are combined and packed per patient. Finally, the system automatically collects all packaging per chemist in a single production run, after which filling takes place in crates that are ultimately delivered to the pharmacies concerned. The pharmacy then provides the medicines to the patients. But KLS care continues even after delivery of the medicines. To start with, each package is provided with a date and time that the patient is supposed to take the medicine. This saves nursing staff and family carers a lot of work. The patient does not require any further instructions other than those shown on the pouch. For older people and those showing early stages of dementia, this is an excellent solution at home, particularly convenient for family carers. Moreover, KLS has developed digital systems for optional use in particular types of care. The so-called IDQ dispenser, designed by KLS, is an example of such an intelligent dispenser. This dispenser displays the times when patients have to take their medicines. This KLS system for distribution of medicines offers huge benefits for government, pharmacies, and patients. For personnel, it results in time and cost savings in healthcare. This is because less time is needed for instrumental matters, leaving more time for patient care. The same holds true for pharmacies, more time for patients with lower staffing. Just because another party looks after distribution does not mean having to result in lower margins for pharmacies. In summary, there are many good reasons to work with KLS. Here are a few. Substantial, demonstrable experience in the field of automated distribution of medicines. 100% safe. The margin of error is approximately 1 in 10 million. The KLS system is validated by several European countries. KLS has a vast know-how in automated production processes. There is a good reason why KLS is the market leader in innovation in the field of medical distribution systems.
Of course, this documentary does not have the last word about automated distribution of medicines. One thing seems certain. In the future, this will be standard. In this way, we can help governments, pharmacies, and patients around the world to focus their maximum attention on this subject. and by guaranteeing medicine safety at the lowest price and with the least effort. I have no doubt that you probably still have questions or would like more information. In this case, you should contact KLS Netherlands. Their website address is klsnetherlands.com. Our addresses are also listed in the title credits. For now, I'll say goodbye, and KLS hopes to see you soon.